That's a great way to start a video. But otherwise, happy day 20. It's really nice today. We have finally reached the forest, heading up the Wrightwood after getting out of all the massive desert scrub. And yet still, when I got out into the sun this morning, it was so hot, it was so nice when I got up. And then you step out into the sun, even at this elevation. I said to somebody, I feel like a French fry under a heat lamp. But yesterday was amazing. I am really tired this morning, not really walking too fast. Even though today is town day, it's Wrightwood Day. Looking forward to getting down there. Yesterday was amazing. I think the last video was just as I hit Cajon Pass and got to the McDonald's. That was fun. The whole place is just, I mean, it's a mix of thru hikers and of course other people just coming up the freeway, and they're all looking at us like we're nuts, or maybe they're looking at us like, hey, you guys smell. I'm sure it's a mixture of both. But that's like the first time I've been in McDonald's in I don't know how long, maybe over a decade probably. Seriously, I don't like McDonald's. It makes me feel bad after eating it, but I have to admit the breakfast is good. I got there early enough. They still have what I was calling the big breakfast. That's what I remembered. 1,500 calories of pancakes and eggs and sausage and McMuffin and hash brown. They still have it. It's a little buried beneath the sandwiches, but it's still there. Had one of those, packed out a McMuffin, then took off with another hiker to walk up the road to get a Subway for dinner, which would really come in handy later on. And then we started this insane climb up, heading into Wrightwood. I think we really did about 5,000 feet of gain. What made it really hard, aside from the just constant uphill and the fact that there was no shade, was that there's no water. There's basically no water from Cajon Pass just about all the way to Wrightwood. So you're really putting a lot of weight on just getting out of there. And about halfway up, about 7 miles, I think, or 6 miles into it, there's a water cache. And so people were able to refill a little water there. Of course, the etiquette around water caches is twofold. First, if you rely on water caches completely, you're going to wind up getting yourself in trouble because some of them are not always maintained. This one here was very well stocked and had some trail reports showing how many gallons. So we knew that they were there. But you still don't want to go up there with minimum water and then take all the water you can from the cache. That's not cool either, because in a place like this, with as little water as there is, that could be survival for somebody. So, 5 liters out of Cajon Pass, you're adding like 12 pounds of weight to your pack. And you get up to the cache, to the water cache, and then, there's no water for the rest of the day, all the way to overnight and into the camp. So you fill up again. So it was very hard, but I'm amazed have to say I'm proud of. No. I caught on to this group that I've been around for the last few days. There's like these two orbiting groups that are always kind of in contact with each other, and I caught up with one of them, and they're all like, I don't know, I think their ages range from maybe high 20s to low 40s. So, I get to play the age card. But I kind of hooked myself as a caboose on the back of that freight train, and up I went, and I was just hauling ass, keeping up with them the whole day. I felt really good. And then after the water cache, I was amazed that I really kept going. I really had a lot of energy, and I mean, some of that is, well, a lot of it's probably the 1,500 calories plus the other 500 in the sandwich from McDonald's. But I was doing everything that I'd known to do for a very long time, which is in endurance sports, for me anyway, to always eat and keep drinking. So I had my carb drinks going, and I had super salty electrolyte drink going, and I had a bar, and I had half of these big breakfast cookies I usually eat. And even at the end of the day, when my feet were screaming, I had all the energy I needed to really keep moving. And so I was really happy about that. It feels like I've reached this conditioning point that I'm happy with. But I did put a ton of effort into it. And so this morning I'm up and I'm walking. And yeah, I just feel like the legs don't have that pop. There's just a lot of time needed between these. Like if you took each individual day as just a hike, some of them would be, they're exceedingly difficult. But, something that you would do with your normal hiking club or on your weekends would be, tiring, but feels good. But here you're doing it day after day, and that 10 to 12 hours that you've got to recover is just not enough. So it feels like as each 5-day stretch goes on between resupplies, you just slowly lose a little bit of energy each day. So by the time you get to the town, you're hoping it's downhill and you're just trying to get there so you can finally get that rest and all that food. It's really nice today. And it's still going up though. That's the worst part. It's a little flat now, but boy, I was hoping that it would be at least mostly downhill to Wrightwood, but we're still going up quite a bit. So I think it's another mile or two before it finally starts to dip down. Campsite last night was it was this crushing point where there was this campsite we were all aiming for, and all I knew was the mile marker. Somebody else had said, okay, we're all going this 10 miles and we're all going to this campsite. I was like, okay, great. So at that point I'm alone. I'm a little depressed because I'm soaking wet at that point. My shirt's wet, pants are wet, everything's wet. And, I didn't tell you, the morning before, yesterday morning, I cowboy camped, which has been absolutely fantastic up until yesterday. Actually, it was still fantastic, but this one came with a complication. I should have really looked around and seen that I was, down in this valley ringed by hills and next to a creek. That is a recipe for major condensation. And so I woke up at about I woke up at about 4 to 5. Yeah, I'm at 4 a.m. and my quilt was covered in ice. It's the first time that's ever happened. And at first I was like, oh no, oh crap. Oh my God, I'm gonna get soaked and I'm gonna freeze. And then I popped a bunch of it off, and then realized, hey, you know what? What's weird? I'm still warm. So, oh my God, more snow. But okay, I'm gonna reposition this here. These steps are a little bad here. So I can use both my poles. Oh, it's a little icy too. Wonderful. Oh, brother. Get the high road and the low road here. I know it is. I should have looked. Maybe I'd have seen this coming. I put my spikes all the way at the bottom of my pack. Not. Can you? What I often do is that's really icy. Crap. Yeah. Braid these steps in here. Wow. At least these steps are kind of angled the right way. So many of them are like down like this. It just feels like you're gonna slip off.
It's a bit far apart for me, so I'm gonna work up.
Yeah. So usually the technique with this stuff is the advice is usually to do this when the snow is icy and crunchy, because you can walk on top of it and not post hole down into the snow like that. But it's actually better when the micro spikes are on. this is unexpected, but the footprints here are really deep, and they're angled pretty well. So your foot is not angled downhill. So it's actually pretty stable. More so than some other ones I've been in. Poor bushes. People went low. Oh, great. Here we go. I'm going to sign off for a bit.